Athame charging in versus Wolf. He's just got full pets erupting with bestial wrath. Full shackles and malediction onto Athame is going to drop down. If Freezing Trap just kind of letting it slip. Letting it slip on the ground as Wolf is going to be first up versus Athame and Necrolord, Beastmaster Hunter. Watching the Paladin. Dora Shadows over. Got traps available for him. That's going to be Charge Trap, Freezing Traps. Maybe a Knockback Trap? Athame's going to have to be very careful whenever he uses Ashen. Because I think he would want to use Ashen whenever Wolf does go behind a pillar. But I don't really know if the Beastmaster Hunter wants to go behind a pillar. Knockback Trap is in play. So he's got a bunch of traps with that one. Knockback Trap actually can be pretty rough. Freezing Trap into Athame. Quick Feign Death by Wolf. And he's going to be able to get himself a little bit of self-heal. The Beastmaster Hunter is running Ferocity Pets. So the Ferocity Pets do add Wolf extra leech. And he can actually use that leech in order to get himself some self-heal. Give a pet heal, the pets also give him heal. Ashen on top of Wolf as a Hammer of Justice comes down. Wolf is going to have to walk slowly but surely through the Wake of Ashes. He's going to slowly path himself out of there. Athame charging him. It looks like the pets were attacking something. They weren't attacking Athame, they were attacking something else. Were they stunned maybe? Maybe it was Wake of Ashes that stunned them. That might have been it. Athame kind of trying to see if he can deal with the damage going down. Eye for an eye to deal with, reduce the physical damage that's going after him. And Wolf catch himself into a quick camo just to catch a bit of a reset. Athame try to see if he can back up out of there into the ashes and maybe get himself some flashlights. For Wolf, he likes the fact that there's plenty of range between him and Athame. That's exactly what he wants, is to put some range between the two and then kite him around, get a bunch of Cobra shots in there, which do a ton of damage. Athame finally able to lock down Wolf for a second, but he doesn't really have a lot of buffs to work with. So he's going to be able to put some pressure into the Hunter, since Hunters are mostly squishy. But he's not going to be able to take him out of the game just yet. I feel like if he has a good setup, he could do it. Wolf coming back with a Trinket very, very soon. He's going to have himself the Aspect of the Wild too. Using it away from Bestial Wrath. Is that normal to use Aspect of the Wild without Bestial Wrath? Isn't it all just extra focus generation for you and then 10% more crit? Am I wrong on that, on cooldowns? Because I'm not a BM expert. I just know how to spam my Cobra Shot button within PvP. Gonna be a quick Feign Death for Wolf for a moment with the Freezing Trap as Athame sinks into the quicksand. Happens whenever you're on a mountain, you get hit with a Freezing Trap. As Wathoman rotates eye for an eye, the Paladin getting a Hammer of Justice with full wings, final wreck and everything versus Wolf. Maybe can make some damage out, but Wolf got nothing to really stop it. Turtle Shell is gonna have to be used as the Wake of Ashes went out on the pets to land a stun. That is a full turtle available as Athame trying to go for a fear on the pets. That fear is not going to be broken until level 5 with that, and for Bestial Wrath where you can break pets out of fear and horror effects. Which I think is good for PvE, but it's going to definitely have some consequences in PvP that no one intended. Wolf got full slows into Athame, Death Chakram, Cobra shots. Athame, as he dips out low though, is able to use the Healing Hands talent in order to get a little bit extra value out of the Word of Glory. Freezing Trap onto the Paladin again. As Wolf looks like he's just going to whittle him down, get as much damage as he can, maybe get a good proc, big stun, Bestial Wrath, everything available. Shackles Malediction could force some defense out of Athame. Shield of Vengeance is being used. The Shackles are trying to burn into Shield of Vengeance, but at least the shield is preventing the health from being necrotic in you more than it is. And it's going to give Athame opportunity to at least recover. I wonder if you might just have to sit behind the line of sight to get Wolf closer in, like that pillar in the corner. That actually might be perfect. Wolf trying to maintain the range. Trap is down. Athame is going to get hit as a Hand of Freedom is up. So at least he is able to catch back up to Wolf after that knockback. But the Tar Trap, the slows are going to be pretty brutal right now. Eye for an eye back up. Such a short cooldown for an ability, but it is going to be very, very important in this kind of scenario, especially with all this physical damage going out. Adaptation for Athame. Does he have a Hammer of Justice to follow up? Wolf got some cooldowns rolling. That's going to be Athame trying to close the gap. Hand of Freedom is up. Does he have anything to work with here? Maybe Seraphim. Wings are up in 30 seconds. Maybe he's just going to wait out for wings. Wolf is just continuing to blast damage into him. No more Trinket, no more Turtle. It's going to be a stun into Athame. Potentially could be a bubble out of the Paladin. Bubble right now as he's got himself more holy power. Does he have enough damage? Slowed while bubble is up. Is that a thing? What is going on?
Hi, brother.
Hey DC, how you doing, my guy? Okay, we got a hashtag DC for the 20 buck donut, my man. Thank you so much, my dude. Hodge on the Wolf has a trinket for it. As Atherman got wings up and running. Wolf does not have an immunity anymore, has acceleration. The pets are gonna get stunned. Exil used really early. Wolf feign deathing to remove any slows off of him. Atherman with a head of freedom keeps charging in, trying to walk around the freezing trap. Wolf should have probably put the trap right on top of Atherman. He's trying to cut him into it. Flashcap interrupted for a second. Atherman just don't walk forward, and I think he went. Oh my goodness, Atherman brought it back. Versus a Beast Mastery Hunter. And Master Fruit charged out at Atho with a Convoke, but I think he missed all that Convoke. That was full burst and everything. Fury of Balloon, Incarnation, everything. So Atherman got himself hell of a game to play versus Master Fruit now. Bubble, not available. Blessing Protection did nothing. Master Fruit lands the silence into Star Surges. Oh my goodness. Atherman needs to recover and healing as soon as possible, knocking him back, trying to knock the Paladin back into his own solar beam. Gonna be Masterford close at the gap. Barkskin, as he sees a Hammer Justice, thought that Atherman was actually going to get aggressive here. Barkskin, he maybe used it a little prematurely, but honestly, you could probably use Barkskin together with Hammer Justice and he'll mostly be fine. Right? Technically, he could. But I guess it does open up Atherman an opportunity to maybe get someone rolling. Final verdict, Masterford taking big holy damage. Is going to go for a quick war frenzy region to keep himself running. Disarm onto Atha, but Masterford is going to find out disarm and Paladin means nothing. He can still go for his final verdict every single time, slamming the big gavel without a weapon in hand. It's a weapon of the gods, not a weapon of physical form. It's going to be a trick out of Masterford. If Atherman can maybe lock him down, Hammer just say anything, Masterford with a frenzy regen, he's actually in big trouble. Barkskin not up for a second, keeps getting slowed every time he switches forms. Paladin just does not let him go anywhere. Hammer still keep flying. Judgments, Hammer are righteous. And that's gonna be, oh, final Hammer coming down. The big gavel, dropping the boy down. Oh my goodness. Sovev Geni is going to be up next from one booming to the next. Atherman is having to fight off these chickens, dude. Fighting off these birds. Ashen Hollow, if Savi doesn't go anywhere, he's going to back up for a second. Atherman is going to stay in Ashen. He's going to stay in Ashen for a second. Hammer Justice onto Savi. But if he stays in Ashen, he gets free hammer throws. And those hammers, I think, do more damage. Final verdict versus Sovi, who's going to be able to blast through the Shield of Vengeance. Wake of Ashes from a distance. That's going to be Sovi interrupted on nature. Cannot heal for a moment. Those thorns are going to be brutal. That's going to be Atherman taking lots of damage. Wings are up so he can get himself big Word of Glory. Still hitting into thorns. Silence does not need to get silence. Needs Word of Glory to keep himself floating. Yeah, Sovi just throwing in down a bunch of wraths in. There was full cooldowns out of the Boomy as well with Celestial Alignment, knocking Atherman back for a moment. But Atherman got no mana at all. He got eye for an eye, which isn't going to do anything versus Sovi. Tried to see if he can close the gap. Does close the gap with the Hodge. Is going to be tricking out of the Druid with a Roar versus Atho. He might need to go for Frenzy Regen. Ooh, quick Rebuke. I felt like that was quite a range between the Rebuke and the cat. I feel like that was like a ranged Rebuke. He wasn't even in melee. Cyclone, going to be a quick one. Atherman, immediate adaptation. Can't even control it. It's going to be busted out of CC. And Sovi had a second fast cast Cyclone immediately. So this is going to be A-okay. Wrathfly now by the Druid. Atherman tried to see if he could circle around him, avoiding the cast as best he can. Shield of Vengeance up as Atherman got himself Word of Glories rolling. Knocked back by Sovi. Hand of Freedom up for Atho. And Sovi trying to land some Starfires into the boy. Hammer Justice. Does Atho have the birds? Final verdict. That is the wings, or not wings, but Barkskin up. Atherman did use an unused trinket. But I think it's going to be a little bit of a standstill. Cyclone by Sovi is going to be able to catch up real health. Atherman with 20 seconds on adaptation, 30 seconds on wings, 50 seconds on a bubble. And looks like the Paladin for the most part did recover, as Sovi just trying to walk him away from any pillars. Hey, come out in the open. Come and hang out with your boy, Sovi. Thorns is up for Sovi. Atherman better be really careful. A Hand of Freedom looking for the line of sight. Bash. It's Sovi seeing the Blessing of Protection. Atherman actually had to press a bop against the Boomy just to break out of that stun. And I guess he would have liked to use that bop versus Remaster, but he doesn't want to lose it now. He needs to fight until he can see the next duel, and the next, and the next. Quick cast by Soviet. Try to see if he can get a cast off. Maybe Juke on interrupt versus Atho, who is going to have to bob down back into bear form. Trying to get a cycle. Does he get interrupted? Looks like there's going to be attention out of Atho. Soviet, oh, getting cleaved in half with a Wake of Ashes. And lo, who comes running up next for Master? The Rogue. This is where a Blessing of Protection would have been amazing. We immediately bubble for Atho. Hodges for Master, has full wings and everything available. Just trying to blast him out whenever he can. Does he have the damage though? Evasion's up for a master. Athaman just used a big immunity. Try to see if he might be able to get a trinket out of the rogue. At least he got some slows and hand of freedom. He better be careful with the next hammer, next kidney shot. Better be careful. Actually getting quite big damage onto Remaster without even being in melee him. Just trying to build up whatever holy power he got. And that's going to be eye for an eye. Remaster is like going to have his damage reduced by, I think, 30% and some damage splashed back to him. Just trying to get this eviscerates onto Atha back to back. Does Atha have any survivability at all? Shield advantage very soon. Oh, went for a Wake of Ashes, but it wasn't enough. Didn't have enough globals. And the Mara is going to be up next, letting the rogue get a little bit of a reset. Let him get a bit of a reach, I guess a little bit of a go. Blade Storm immediately. I don't really know if he needed to do that, but he should be able to find Remaster. Last time the Mara and Remaster faced each other, he speared him, but then the disarm kind of stopped him in place. Kidney shot, going to be immediate trinket, storm bolting with a warbreaker. Remaster trinket inside of it. Quick charge by the warrior, looking to get the big damage and sniping the rogue in stealth. That is going to be the spear, but a cloak of shadows is going to keep him moving away from the spear of Bastion. That vanish was not going to be enough. And the Mara might have to go for another set of eyes. Leaping in, actually finds the rogue. Random leap and finds him. Does he get a charge on him? Cheap shot by the rogue. Nemera does not have a trick anymore. Has a parry back up if he needs to. Does the rogue have enough here? Not going. Oh, there goes the Kyrian. Maybe he can make it happen. Disarm and Nemera is going to go for a fear. Remaster is not going to set that fear long at all. Parry is available. Actually, Nemera can't parry without weapon, can he? Storm Bolt and Remaster with Shackles and Malediction. Does he have enough damage? Blind by the rogue. Oh my god, this rogue got tricks under his sleeve every single moment, every single day, in every single scenario. Can this shot onto Nemera as a rogue trying to get the shadow strikes in. Back to back. Cheap shot. The warrior is not in a good spot at all. Remaster sniping him out. Trying to catch up with first aid. Bach is up next. Is this rogue going to have to take on the whole enemy team? Is this sub-rogue going to be able to take on the full team too, which has amazing gameplay so far, amazing catch-up, or amazing lead rather, with Athaman knocking down the druids, just clobbering them upside the head. What's up, Eli, my man? Oh man, Bach is going to have to throw down flares. He knows the rogue is somewhere out there. He could pick up the eye too if he wants to, but Remaster just huggles the darkest corners. Just hanging out in the shadows where safety is. And it looks like Bach is kind of moseying over near the eye. He knows the rogue could be nearby. If he randomly flares out right here, you might be able to find him. Flare next to the eye. He's going to pick it up. Remaster is kind of nearby. Bach definitely going to be able to get the opener. Going to be quick feint death. And Remaster couldn't get a sap or anything. That feint death actually might have been pro. Going to be a binding shot. Bach with a Kyrian burst. Does he have the full go? Remaster has an evasion. Is going to be able to evade quite a bit of that damage. Explosive shot didn't really do that much. So that's actually a perfect evasion for him. Honestly. Actually perfect. Because that was full burst out of Hunter. Remaster tried to see if he might be able to just mosey over. Actually catches a reset, but the Hunter's mark is going to keep him in play. Smoke bomb not enough to cover him. The pet is running over behind the wall. Unless Bach is going to pull the pet back. No, he's going to have the pet on Remaster if he can. Cloak of Shadows for Remaster just to remove the Hunter's mark. Does Bach have any ways out of this? He's in a mount. No trap. I don't see a trap for him. Sap onto the Hunter. Master's being extra careful. He's trying not to stand next to Bach just in case there's a freezing trap on top of him. He's going to go for a full kidney shot. Bach with a feint death. Master finds him with a cheap shot. Disarm, and Bach has a turtle. But I don't know if he was going to have enough here. Actually, Master has nothing left. He has Trinket and Vanish. Bach is going to probably go for the full double tap everything. Is that a Vanish available? Rapid fire. Explosive shot still goes through. If only he had a Hunter's mark on him. Flare down. In case the rogue closes the gap. Kidney shot. Bach, does he have an opener? He does nothing. Maybe pet sack. Anything. It looks like it's going to be just Shadow Strike flying through. Remaster, does he have enough damage? He has enough. And he ends up taking out the Hunter. First aid as Die the rogue coming in. Kidney shot Remaster. It's going to be immediately chicken for Remaster. Could go for a blind. Cheap shot versus Die. I think he's trying to see if he might be able to get a trinket out of Die. Him and Die played each other before, and it was a really quick duel. Very, very fast one. As Die tried to see if he could phantomize Remaster, he sees where he's at. He can't really catch a restealth. He's going to get slows. Blind into Die, he could trinket it. He's going to trinket and spike him. Not going to give him a chance. The rogue almost came back there, boys. We were getting into that longer game of 14 minutes. And Pyroblast playing out the triple shield legendary this time, so he's not playing any kind of like cheesy damage Legos. He's just going full defensive. At 58% dampening though, that shield is going to be reduced quite a bit. Poly trying to come out for Pyroblast, trying to get interrupted. No interrupt out for die. I'm gonna get a juked. Frostbolt out for Pyroblast. I don't really know if you went for Frostbolt just for slow. Bika busts up. Glauca shots for die. And Pyroblast or Pyroblast. It's just taking loads of damage. Still has combustion for a second longer. Just trying to set out whatever damage you got versus die. That's gonna be Phoenixes, everything flying. Cauterites and Ice Block used at once, which is gonna set him back quite a bit. Normally mages want to separate those two, but we are at a pretty high dampening. Maybe that's a part of the plan. It's just, you know what? Let's go in, do the most damage we can. Got him some mage food, at least able to catch up on a bit of it. 65% dampener. Get a shot out of dice. He goes for full vendetta. Trinket out of Pyroblast. Or Pyroblast. I gotta keep calling him the right name. It is Pyro. Ring of Frost in case the rogue closes the gap. Frostbolt to slow the rogue down. The rogue is not gonna sit anywhere near it. Just going for big spikes. With Chains of Malediction, Die does have a Shadow Meld that's been as an night elf. And has got himself a little bit of Fleshcraft rolling for 67% dampening. Is going to reduce that Fleshcraft quite a bit, but a Fleshcraft shield is better than nothing, especially for a stealthy class. Because at least even with dots, he can kind of catch a reset. Nova gets the rogue out in the open. Got more spikes to throw at Pyrrha. This is going to be full combustion. He is going to drop it down as a smoke bomb. So Flame Strike's coming in through. Die is going to shot a step to Pyrrha and is going to end up taking him out. My goodness. That combustion with Flame Strikes. I was going to say, like, if he had more Flame Strikes to keep going, he might be able to do it. That is a tough one, but he is going to take him out. Athaman with 3 kills, 1,000,000 healing. You guys make sense. Remaster almost made a comeback for his team. Was actually just clone back for his team, doing such a good job. All right, let's get another group up and running, boys. Yeah.